A number of reasons that businesses have been suffering. One of those is major roads in and around the city completely blocked. So, of course, many people not able to get to work at all, disrupting day-to-day activities. Not just late for work, many people couldn't even get there. Well, let's talk about the informal traders also having not been spared in the ongoing chaos. Well, the president of the National Informal Traders Alliance of South Africa, Rosheeda Muller, back on eNCA with us. Hello, Rosheeda. Good morning. Good to have you with us. How damaging has this been for informal traders in Cape Town?
Good morning, Gareth, and good morning to all the viewers out there. Indeed, one needs to understand the informal sector before I even explain the impact. The informal economy workers are survivalists. They work day by day to survive from the income of one day to the next day. So let me say firstly that the informal economy as a whole abhors the violence and destruction that taxi strike has spawned. We are affected both formal and informal businesses. But for the informal sector, it is a double adverse impact. As you know, most of our businesses are in and around the taxi ranks, and our traders didn't have access to these ranks. It's too dangerous. We have seen things happening in Cape Town that is so not economically good for our country, and we're already in a very bad economic state. So to the informal sector, yes, we have been hugely affected, and we are not trading currently. Most of them are afraid. They fear for their lives.
And also trade, as we know in the informal sector, Rosheeda, tell me if I'm wrong, is very often hand to mouth as well, not even on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. That money made is on a daily basis, and that often is supporting families back home as well. So how do you feel then as a way forward for the strike to end? Because this is one of those sectors that directly relies on the taxi industry. It's not the same as the commuters who need to get to work. Without the taxis operating, the informal traders are going to go hungry, aren't they?
Absolutely, Gareth, 100%. Our traders, they use the taxis to transport them to their venue of trade, their operational area. So that's another very grave impact that we have. Traders are working daily. They go to their wholesalers by taxi. They transport themselves from home by taxi. So, yeah, there is just not anything happening. It's like we're in a COVID strike again. And worse, the fear of injury, the safety factor is so important.
It is, and I suppose the issue is now going to be that what you have is not just the taxis not operating, but those who use the taxis not in the informal trading sector, Rosheeda, but those who are using the taxis to get to and from work. They're not going to work at the moment, at least some of them aren't, because they can't get there. That means they haven't got the money to support the informal traders on the side of the roads either. There's a massive knock-on effect here.
Absolutely. The mother brings her income in so that her child can go to school the following day, to put the bread on the table that night. So it's huge for the sector of ours. So please, it's important that we do understand that we need to get to the negotiating table. We are appealing to the taxis, to Santaco, to please come to the table. The impact on the informal traders are severe. But on the other hand, let us not forget that we're appealing to the city of Cape Town and the law enforcement. We do have very many issues with law enforcement in the informal sector as well. And that, of course, is not at play today, but the impact needs to be denoted that we are totally at the mercy of the peace of the city to continue our work. And don't forget, when it rains, we are not able to operate as well. So we're very vulnerable in the way we operate and work every day.
Rosheeda, as I say goodbye to you, yes, we're talking about the informal traders in this case as well, but you mentioned the City of Cape Town and you mentioned the Taxi Alliance. How do you think is the best way to bring an end to the strike, in your opinion? What are people on the ground telling you? What do they think is the best way to go? Last question to you.
Yeah, now my response to that question is definitely the fact that both of them have to let go of their egos. Both of them have to realize that their people, the citizens of Cape Town, are in dire straits, and that they must come to the table to really consider humanity.
Rosheeda, it's always good to talk to you, and I'm sure we'll make contact again. Rosheeda Muller, President of the National Informal Traders Alliance of South Africa, desperately need this strike to come to an end because those traders do rely on it.